Welcome to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison, and I'm your host, Liv. So let's talk about this whole reopening of the country. I don't know how you feel, but before the lockdowns, I was traveling a lot. Like it was like my job. It wasn't really my job, but I acted like it was my job. So the first time I went out on a road trip was during the pandemic, okay? And we're driving along as a family. We're being so cute. The kids are playing games in the back. That's not true at all. They were eating Cheetos and putting their hands everywhere. Like I was screaming at them and I was like, and they think my music's too loud. Anyway, so we're on a road trip and we're driving across the Mobile Bay because we're on I-10. I live in the South. I'm in Houston and we're on our way to Florida. Okay. Now, this is going to show you how long of a pandemic this has been because when we were crossing the bay, I all of a sudden, and I'm not kidding, and it's actually on my Instagram. You can go back and watch this story in my feed. I look over to my right and I start screaming. Not kind of screaming. I mean like Will Smith is landing an alien ship on the water kind of screaming. Like I am losing my ever-living mind. And I start screaming, oh my gosh, those birds are on the water. Like losing it. I am looking at these birds on the Mobile Bay, which that's Alabama for anybody that doesn't know. That's the Gulf of Mexico. And I see these birds and I'm screaming, they're on the water. The birds are on the water. Losing my mind. And I start like grabbing my family. I'm tapping them, I'm hitting them. And I'm like, guys, do you see the birds on the water? Do you see them? Do you see what they're doing? They're like on it. How are they doing this? How are the birds on the water? What kind of birds are on water? What birds do that? Literally, I am so confused. I can't figure it out. They're all very confused. My husband, Nathan, looks at me and goes, ducks? Y'all, I'd forgotten about ducks. Like I forgot that animals with wings can float on water and do that on purpose. That is how long quarantine was for me. I forgot the basics of life, okay? Traveling obviously made me smarter because I would leave my house and see things not in my four walls, and I was a better human for that. So with that, I hope all of you have started to venture out of your homes. When we come back from this little tiny break, I'm going to talk about travel with my new bestie, JW. If you haven't met him, you're going to get to know him and he'll be your favorite part of the show. So you're not going to want to miss what we're about to talk about because if you think me not knowing about ducks is funny, you're going to love the next story. So come on back. It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. I'm your host, Liv. And when I left you last, which was so long ago, I was telling you a hilarious story about how I forgot that ducks could float on the water. I literally forgot that there were birds on the planet that could also not be in the sky, but could land on water. I'm like, these are Jesus birds. They weren't. They were just ducks. They're totally ordinary, normal things that happen every day that 4-year-olds know about. I had forgotten because that's how long quarantine was. I had forgotten the basics of life. Now, here's what's really great. As soon as all the things were lifted and I got vaccinated, I medically had to. So this is not a conversation, you guys. I love you no matter what you do, and so does Jesus. But for me, I had to, and I went out back into the world, and I was traveling again, and I just took this really long trip. And when I say long, most of my trips are like 24 to 28 days. Exactly. So I'm on this really long trip, but right before I decide, we're going to start a show. We're going to start a new show. It's going to have a visual component. It's going to be on the internet. It's going to be on podcasting, all the things. So I need to hire someone to run all the really fancy equipment that I bought that I don't know how to turn on. That's how much I don't know about the things that I'm doing. So what's so great is that I didn't find him, but a good friend of mine did. His name is JW. You have seen him, you have heard him every now and then, but I want you to get to know him more. Here's what's great. When JW started to come here to the studio, he did not know me. So he now has a prescription. No, I'm kidding. He does drink a lot of coffee now, but he had a planned trip at the same time I had a planned trip. So I was like, this is providential, you guys. Like, we're going to start a show and we take vacations at the same time. I mean, what are the odds? So I was super excited, get back in the car. And all of a sudden I am like, I don't know, where was I? Someone can look this up. I was by a national park. I'm going to tell you the name of it. And I just want to pause and say, we're a little obsessed with national parks. I married an Eagle Scout and a Scoutmaster, and Nathan literally wants to go to every single park, and he gets the stamps and he gets the badges, and he's so nerdy, but he's mine. So anyway, we are passing a national park, and I see my new friend JW post on his Instagram, him with his cute, adorable little children, because they're like tiny and new because he's young, and they're in a car, and it says Shenandoah Park. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am by Shenandoah National Park. What are the odds that we are in the same part of the country at the same time? So I look at Nathan and I'm like, we need to turn this car around. It's half an hour to Shenandoah National Park, but it's worth it because our new friend JW with his adorable family is there. So whip it around. Let's go back.
I'm just now realizing what Shenandoah Park, how we got so mixed up in Shenandoahs.
Where is Shenandoah Park? The one that I thought you were at. Do you know where that national park is?
I believe it's in Virginia. Yeah.
That's cute.
On the western part of the state.
It's like the Blue Ridge Mountain area, right? Isn't that like did things happen, like Civil War-ish things? Like, I feel like there were like battles. I don't know.
I mean, I think all across Virginia there are Civil War battles. Yeah.
Look, I was trying to look really impressive that I knew.
It's okay. You got it. It's not so far off to think that might be the place. I did grow up in Virginia. I was on
really?
I was on a vacation. I could have been
in Virginia.
I could have been in the state.
You could have been visiting humans that you grew up with in Virginia. That's what I didn't know that.
Potentially.
That's adorable because I had no idea you were from Virginia.
Different part, but yeah.
Were you anywhere near the Shenandoah Park that I thought? But I want you to imagine this, Shabby. Imagine that I made my family whip around half an hour to go back to this national park to then stalk you and find you in this park to be like, hey, our new friends. And you weren't there.
I was at a different Shenandoah Park, not quite the national park.
Where were you?
I was at I believe a municipal park in Shenandoah, Texas.
Yeah, that's not the same. That's not the. First of all, I didn't know there
my kids and I were having a good time though. To be fair,
so there's actually a Shenandoah Park here, and you can play there's like slides and like that kind of a park.
Yeah, there are slides and like a splash pad.
You don't get a stamp in your national park passport.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so you weren't there. Here's what's really great about this story. I'm convinced that he's at Shenandoah National Park. So I text my assistant, who's also the executive producer of the show, Anna, and I'm like, oh my gosh, JW is here. I'm sure I wrote Virginia because at the time I probably knew what state I was in. And I was like, he's here. He's at the national park. We love national parks. I don't know if we have the stamp. I should turn around. I really, you know what we should do? We should pull up that text chain and I should show you what I said to Anna. And she's like, okay. Like, she's like, all right.
Maybe we should just record a show there while we're in Shenandoah. Oh my God, that'd be so.
What if we did like national park shows? So anyway,
Nathan and I would be really into it.
Do you like parks?
I would
national parks?
Do it. Yeah, absolutely.
But you do things in them besides get the stamp. I'm guessing you seem kind of like an athletic-y kind of a guy. We get the stamp. What do you do in national parks?
I would go for the stamp as well, but I think it's fun to go hiking and
you actually get out of your car and hike.
There. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, do you get the trail? Like, do you have a plan? Do you do the easy trails? Because when I do decide to do a trail and I'm like, oh, I'm going to hike this park, it's like the half mile when I'm like, you guys, I need a water break. Like, that was like intense.
No, I look at the map and I think, oh man, I'd really like to do that long one. But then I look over at my like 4-year-old and think, maybe not this time.
You don't just get a backpack, throw the kid in there. Okay, so without the kids, you would totally hike those hard ones, wouldn't you?
I think it'd be so fun. Yeah.
Would you backpack, like, what is that called when you you take your things with you and then you sleep with them when you're hiking? What is that called?
I haven't done backpacking or backpack camping or something. I've not done anything like that. I've done like overnight camping, I think.
But would you do that?
100%, yeah.
Would you drink out of a river with one of those tubes that filters it out? I need to know how campy you are. I need to know how deep into the national park situation.
I should preface this by saying these would be dreams. At this point in time with having 3, almost 4 young children, this is not much of a reality for me, but 100%. Yeah. I think it'd be so fun.
This is your dream.
Yeah.
This is fascinating. My dream is a lodge that comes next to the national parks.
That's right.
I love a good lodge. I do. They always have great drinks and it makes you feel so lodgy. You're just oh, I don't know. It's everywhere's the Pacific Northwest. I just pretend. And Nathan's like, we're in Ohio. And I'm like, oh, but we're not. Yeah.
I need to know what you mean by it makes you feel so lodgy.
I just want to be a snow bunny, but without the athleticism. I just want to wear the clothes and drink the drinks by stone fireplaces.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But without the equipment, because I can't. I've never skied.
None of the baggage.
I can't. Have you ever skied?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I have.
A lot.
It was something that my family and I did growing up. I haven't done it for a little while.
That's adorable. Yeah. You were one of those skiing. So did you get ski passes for Christmas break? You did.
We did. Yes. My grandparents lived in the mountains in Colorado, and I grew up in the Air Force, so we didn't have a place that we all grew up. So we visited them at Christmas.
In the Rocky Mountains? Is this for real? Where? Estes Park? That's a national park.
It's in Summit County is where they were living.
Yeah. I didn't.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Those are some of my favorite memories. We would just drive across the country from Virginia and take
go through Shenandoah National Park.
Days, maybe. End up in Colorado, spend a week or so there. It was a blast.
Oh my gosh. But you're not a lodgy person. You would actually go out and ski. You didn't even know if there was a lodge.
I mean, I would describe myself as both and.
Oh, well, you're a both and.
I mean, I think it's super fun to go out.
Yeah.
Be active, hike, ski, do whatever. And then, a lodge at the end of the day is a perfectly appropriate. Yeah. Hot chocolate, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So I've done none of those things. That's great. Now I'm really depressed. And it is the heat of the summer right now in Houston. I say all the time, this is our winter. You haven't spent a summer here yet because this is your first full summer. Wait, no, that's not true.
This is
your second summer. Ish.
Yeah, ish.
Summer and a half.
We moved in the middle of a summer, so I think I got half a summer at the beginning.
Okay. All right, but we want you to have a full.
We're getting the full dose.
And what are your thoughts, Virginia guy, about the heat situation in Houston, Texas?
Yeah. So when God was knitting me in my mother's womb, he said this guy he's made for Minnesota. And I'm gonna have to find a new in-studio producer. I already feel this conversation coming. JW's gonna leave because I stalk him in national parks that he's not in, and then he can't take the heat. We added AC into this studio, and I am sweating. I mean, I'm a Southern lady. I'm glistening. Okay. Because of the lights, because that's what you need when you're in the heat, is you need more bright lights. Because I'm hoping someone is watching this. But if you're just listening, we're excited that you're here. Here's what I want to say to JW. I think what's really fantastic about our little national parks, taboo situation of me thinking you were there, is that I then tried to convince him that he was wrong when I told him you were at Shenandoah National Park, and he goes, no, I wasn't. And I said, yes, you were. You posted it. Do you remember this conversation that we had? Somewhat. I remember a state of confusion, thinking, I don't think that's right.
You weren't in Virginia. You went to Ohio.
I was in Ohio.
Yeah. So, and I think I was texting him while he was in Ohio, and he was like, yeah, no, I'm legit not there right now. And I was like, but you just posted that you were. So
close.
A lot closer than Texas, but not quite.
So I want to say this. I want to say this publicly. I'm really sorry that I gaslit you about your vacation. I was like, you are in Virginia. I love that now I know where it is. I had no idea where I was. We did a really long trip. It was a very long trip. It was unbelievable. In fact, I ended up flying back without my family. I think I might have mentioned that because I went to New York. I stayed and I just hung out there. Do you have a favorite spot, JW? Don't tell me it's a mountain. I want you to pick a city. I want you to act urban.
A favorite city to visit?
Yeah. That you can't camp in.
That I can't camp in.
Yeah, because it's illegal.
Gosh, I don't know. I always like visiting Chicago. I lived there for a little while.
Because they have a lake.
No. I mean, technically I didn't live there.
sporty.
I lived west of the city, but I don't know. If I was going to visit a city, I think that one's pretty fun.
Chicago's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know a lot of people in Chicago.
Somewhat. I mean,
say hi to everyone in Chicago.
Hey guys.
Everyone in Chicago loves JW and he loves deep dish pizza. I'm just kidding.
That is 100%
Do you?
true. Absolutely.
Where's your favorite in that city?
Oh gosh, any place on the corner.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm not super picky about all those kind of things. Like everybody is a little bit territorial of what they like. And I just think like
Gino's
if it's on the
East.
table, like it's probably pretty good.
Yeah. I have it shipped in. Do you do that?
I've not done that.
I think we're seeing how different we are. How bougie I am, which I'm gonna have to go to therapy, which I have on Thursdays. So that'll be great. I'll bring that up. But anybody can ship it in. And listen, I want to make a little case for myself.
Okay.
Guess how much it costs to ship in a pizza from Chicago?
I have no idea.
It's including shipping. $19.
Whoa.
Tell me that I'm bougie now. Come on. That's like the same. I mean, it's not $5 CC's, but you know what I mean? Like, come on.
I think it's crazy that there's a profit margin shipping in pizza from Chicago at $19.
I hope it's real Chicago. Watch there be a guy like in the back of like, we have stores here in Houston called HEB and there's some guy at HEB that drives to the UPS. He's like, this girl's an idiot. Because you can buy Chicago pizza, at HEB in the freezer, but I have to say it's not the same. It's not the same. When it flies from Illinois, it is the same. It's the same pizza. I just want to say, I love that he doesn't care. It's also where we're different. I want to talk about food all the time. Okay, so I'm excited, JW, because you're going to meet one of my dear friends. And I know that you think you don't know her, but you do. So you're going to be really impressed. You guys, when we come back, we're going to have the incredible artist who happens to be an amazing person, Tricia Dugat from Providential Co. Come back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison, and I'm your host, Liv. Thank you for coming back, especially after that last segment where I admitted that I didn't know what a duck was and that I was going to stalk my new friend, JW, in a national park that he was not in because I was in Virginia and he was in Texas, but I didn't know things can be named multiple things in different places. So thank you for returning. And what's really exciting is I have an in-studio guest. I get so excited when people come into the studio because number one, we don't get to see people all the time anymore, or there was a long time we didn't. And number two, because this is one of my favorite people that I've ever met. If you do not own something from Providential Co., are you even Catholic? Like, I feel like that should be that should be a new segment. Are you even Catholic? And then we say things that are so Catholic that if you don't have it, we need you to return your card. Like, we have to laminate it and things like that. Guys, this is a joke. You don't actually have to own anything from Providential Co. to be Catholic. That's not in the catechism, but we will write the Vatican about it. But anyway, Providential Co. is an incredible company, but what is more incredible is the woman behind it. And if you don't know Tricia, you're going to. She is such a lovely human. If I had a studio audience, they would be cheering so loudly, you wouldn't even be able to see and hear her because the sound waves would distort her face. Everyone at home, listening, watching, whatever you're doing, clap with me. Tricia Dugat. Woo! JW, go nuts. Gotcha. That's right. He's throwing things on the set. It's getting wild in here. Well, give him a second, Tricia. Just give them a moment to settle down, take a breath.
Thanks. I'm thoroughly embarrassed. Thank you, Liv. That was amazing.
You've never had that type of welcome.
I haven't. No, it was very generous. Extremely generous.
It's an incredible audience. I mean, we have an incredible fan base and thousands of people. So we're going to break the internet just like Texas is going to break ERCOT with our like power usage of AC. If anybody knows what that is, look it up.
Don't get me started. Okay.
Are you actually, let's ask you this. Are you originally from Texas?
I am. Although my husband would say otherwise.
Why? What does that mean?
I'm from El Paso, which is on the tip.
I just made a not so nice comment about El Paso. And you were so
I thought you knew that.
I did.
Okay.
I actually, not when I
Maybe
made the comment.
forgot. Okay.
No, I did forget. That's hilarious. We were just saying places in the United States that are the quote unquote armpits of those places because we mean that by heat.
Heat, just
The heat factor. And
Yeah.
your armpits are warm.
Yeah.
That's a warm area.
Right.
We mean that in a loving way. You
Totally.
add fragrance to that.
yeah.
So that's a nice thing.
Yes.
Anyway, I just called El Paso that of Texas. I was trying
It's
to
not the
save it.
first time I've heard that, although, yeah.
I'm not new and original. Okay, I totally forgot you were from El Paso.
Yeah.
No, but welcome to Houston. I'm glad you made it here.
Well, I've been here longer actually
You
now
have.
than I lived in El Paso,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Is
'Cause
that weird
That makes
for
me
you?
feel old, but
Does
yeah.
it? So why did your husband not count El Paso as Texas?
He says it's New Mexico.
That's fair.
Oh,
That's really?
Trail. It's not New Mexico. I mean,
It
okay.
looks, you wouldn't know, except that they put a sign that says "Welcome to New Mexico." That's the first hint you have. Oh, something's
That's fair.
changed. Well, because it's all brown.
That's true. It all blends together.
It does.
There's actually a restaurant there. It used to be there. I don't know, but haven't been there in a long time. But one side of the restaurant was in Texas. The other side of the restaurant was in New Mexico. It was called the State Line. So
No
you
way.
could dine.
And walk back and forth.
Yeah, you could be
It's like the Floribama bar, just like it. El Paso for spring break, everybody. That's the new.
That's the
we're
destination.
gonna call the travel bureau there. We just saved El Paso.
Totally. Yeah.
Do you know about the Floribama bar?
I don't.
Okay, me neither.
Okay.
My dream is to go there, actually, but I'm not cool enough. But it's a bar, okay, on the Florida, right? Florida, okay. And then Bama is Alabama. So it's on the line. It's on the Florida-Alabama line. Okay. But it is a spring break destination. I think people have to write their names and addresses on their arms with Sharpie.
Oh.
I don't think you need that at your restaurant in El Paso.
It's very low key compared to that. Yeah. Just barbecue and yeah.
So if you want to save spring break, everybody, El Paso.
Yep. This is an official plug.
The longest I've ever talked about El Paso.
That's probably the longest you ever need to talk about. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine.
There's a place in my heart for
I
EP.
love it. Now, you guys, okay, is the Mexican food better in El Paso than it is in Houston? Are you
Is
serious?
that even a question?
No, I am being so dead serious because the Mexican food in Houston, when I go to New York, the only food I will not eat in New York City, and I'm saying this out loud, is Mexican food.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Okay, right? You
Yeah.
validate that? Okay,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
What
Yeah.
are you saying about El Paso?
Authentic,
Really?
delicious
Amazing.
chilies, like chilies that
It's a
people
different
cook
thing.
with over there that we don't. Yeah,
We're too Tex-Mexy? Is that kind of the thing?
yeah.
But do you guys have queso? And people who
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
what queso is, it's melted cheese. Listen, whatever guy said, we should take cheese and melt it.
Yeah.
We should all clap for him.
Yes.
Because-
Way to go. Thank you.
And in Texas, we eat those with tortilla chips.
Yes.
By
In
the
abundance.
gallon.
Yes.
Yeah. It just keeps coming. Every restaurant, even Chinese restaurants, you get there and there's tortilla chips on the table with cake. That's not true.
No.
But there should
It would be cool though.
Wouldn't that be
It would
nice?
be so Texas.
You're at a French restaurant and there's tortilla chips with queso. We're like, we really like this here.
Yeah.
Okay, so but do you have like the white queso? You have like a different kind, I'm guessing. No, you have the normal yellow, all the chemicals.
Yeah, probably. That's probably accurate, but with more stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So what got you to Houston? I want to know how you got here, Tricia.
I moved here for school. So
Yeah.
I went to art school here after kind of failed attempt at school in New Mexico. So I did go to school in New Mexico. I went to New Mexico State for a year.
But you were so smart. They said you should go elsewhere. And you were like, thanks, New Mexico. Is that how that went?
No.
You wanted to pursue art.
I did, yes.
Yeah, and New Mexico just has, New Mexico, El Paso has like, I did say New Mexico in the, I
UTEP.
did. I just said that, didn't I? It's the same word.
Yeah.
It's different. You wanted to do different art.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to make this happen.
They didn't have what I needed there anymore.
I like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And El Paso was a lot different back then. It was kind
More
of
brown. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, you can't get anyway. But yeah, it just
Didn't have what you needed.
Didn't have what I needed. And I had family here, so my mom and I kind of packed up together and
came this way.
we did.
What do you think of Houston? That didn't go at all how I thought you were going to respond. That was so fantastic. You're like, well, how long is this segment? How honest can I be? Houston is, well, we're not helping Houston at all.
Yeah.
The Travel Bureau just can't, they're going to come in and be like, so we're going to have to shut you down. People stop coming. No one comes here for vacation, let's be honest. So we didn't hurt anything.
There's some great things about Houston. I will never get used to the humidity.
It's
ever,
bad.
Ever.
Yeah. It's very sticky.
It's sticky. And probably people who have followed me on Instagram for any amount of time have seen me complain. Like, I'm grumpy in the summer.
With the heat? Well, I'm really glad we booked you for an in-studio for... We'll book you for February and see what a difference it makes.
Right.
Which then it's only like half the humidity. It's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like we just all the time. So where are you on Instagram actually? Do you only have one like Instagram
I do.
thing?
I
What is this
deleted my
called?
personal
Is this a
one. But
thread?
yeah.
Oh, did you?
I did, yeah.
You deleted it?
I did.
How do you feel about that?
I feel freer.
Really?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Oh, just like 2 months ago. But they make you wait like a whole month before they'll actually delete it. So in case you change your mind, they're like,
did you get
Are
a
you sure?
note? Like, does someone come to your door? Like, does like Steve Jobs come back and he's not with Instagram?
no.
I don't know IT people. Okay. Who's the Instagram guy? Is there a name?
It's Zuckerberg,
Is
I guess,
it?
ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah, Facebook.
So Zuckerberg comes to your house with Elon Musk and they come in a DeLorean.
They do. Yeah.
Okay. And then they knock on the door and
They're
they
like,
say,
are you sure? Are you sure you'll be cut off from society
and
if you delete your account?
you go in a black room and they zap your eyes and you forgot everything.
Yeah, you're like, oh, why would I ever think about deleting my Instagram?
That's
account?
hilarious.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're feeling free and you're loving it. You're not regretting your choice.
Not at all.
Okay. So you just have a professional account.
Just the professional account. Yes.
And how is the company going? Because here's what I want to talk about. Lots of people don't know this, but Tricia and I we were really close for a long time, and then the pandemic happened and life happened and things happened.
Yeah.
We used to meet every week.
Pretty frequently.
Every week for coffee. And I bet most people would be like, you guys know each other? Like, we never like posted on Instagram. We kept it to us.
We did. It was our
High
thing.
five.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And now you're probably like, why are you telling everyone?
It's time. It's time people knew.
Yeah. I mean, now that you're not on a personal account, I can say it to the world. We were really good friends. No, but it was great because we would meet at I don't know why, of all the places. Oh no, I do know why.
Yes.
I know why. Because you have some children.
Yes.
You have a few.
I have a lot of kids.
How many kids do you have?
I have 5.
Yeah.
1 in heaven. So 6 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Luke, my little 10-year-old, he's 10 now.
Is he really?
Yes. I don't know how that happened.
I don't either.
But yeah, he loves Barnes and Noble.
He does. He
And
loves
there's
Barnes and
one
Noble.
literally outside of our neighborhood. So we would go there. It may be cheating because you
Yeah.
would just go and
He was
read
babysitting.
all of the books, all of the science books.
But he would just sit and read, and we would drink coffee forever. And we were like, no, that stack of books wants to babysit you. Go back over there.
Yeah, go read. Have you read that section? I mean, it's kind of like a library, right? I don't know.
And we thought so. I'm shocked that they never asked us to leave. But what was so great is that and I never thought about this, but we would dream together while we were there.
Yes.
That's really what we did.
We did.
And we didn't like plan it. We didn't like vision board it. We didn't like say,
No.
this is our dream.
It was spontaneous.
It was. And we would just end up. And here's what's really crazy. And you brought this up before we started this segment. I did not realize that I shared a dream with you and I'm living it.
Yeah.
And I was saying to you, but you're living a dream that you used to talk about. And I want to talk about that. Like, I think that's so cool that both of us, and we haven't been in touch because of pandemic and life, are now doing the things that we used to talk about at Barnes & Noble.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's coming true.
It is.
I'm so proud of you. You have this incredible book, but you don't have it with you, do you? Because it's not made yet,
It doesn't
right?
physically exist yet.
Okay, so let everybody know what this dream is, what you did, who it's with, and all the things, because this is what's so cool about it. You started a Kickstarter campaign that I'm going to call viral. I'm making it up. Okay. I don't know what I think it is, but I'm going to let you tell everybody what I am talking about. And then I'm going to brag about you and it's going to get really embarrassing. And J-Tubby's going to throw more things onto the set. So please bring up to date everyone else that doesn't know this incredible project that you are working on.
Okay. So for the longest time ever, like since I was a kid, actually, honestly, I've wanted to illustrate children's books. And, you know, my path just has meandered all over the place. Anyway, this past spring, Corey Hyman of Likeable Art, who is a friend and previous collaborator on another project, reached out to me and said, I have written this book. It's about the Light of the Saints, or it's called The Light of the Saints. It's about the different saints from around the world who experienced God's providence in these beautiful ways. And it's really fun and interactive. This is the concept behind it, that you shine a light behind the pages and it reveals how God, you know, interacted with this saint, this particular saint, or manifested
like with a flashlight,
his glory.
You put a flashlight behind the page and it glows through the page.
It'll show new elements that you can't see.
That you can't see without the flashlight. Kids are going to lose their minds.
Yeah, it's such a cool concept.
Oh my God. And camping, JW is going to want one. For when he's backpacking.
He's going to need to take one to the forest.
So when a bear comes, he can shine St. Francis of Assisi in his eyes and be like, get out of here, bear. That's right. Is that your plan, JW?
I'm not sure I would go that far, but yeah, maybe something like that.
He does not want to be a part of this conversation.
He's like, I don't know.
Like maybe some campfire tales. That'd be
Okay, so this book sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds really cool. How did you feel when Corey reached out to you?
Oh, I was just like, this is so amazing and providential. I mean, God just kind of put this thing in my lap, you know?
That is so cool.
And yeah, I've had a blast working on it.
It looks amazing. I went to the Kickstarter when y'all first announced about this. So, okay, like now when people are listening, which this is going to air in July, probably is when it's going to drop. Can they still get the book, or like is the Kickstarter over? How's the Kickstarter work? Because you guys were like, hi, welcome to our Kickstarter. We hope to make $10.
Yeah.
We want to sell half a book to our moms and dads and our neighbors and our kids and, you know, my pediatrician. Yeah. And I'm sure that's what you thought, right? And then you guys blew up on Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was so cool because you just never know what to expect, right? So we put it out there. Corey is a master at video editing, and he put together this video. He literally had me just record these little segments, and he pulled this video together that just blew my mind. I was like, this is so fun. And that's really a core component of a successful Kickstarter, is selling it through the video, because people, you know, they want to see the story and engage with that.
Yeah. They want to be a part. I think people like being part of something from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
They're
sure.
like, yeah, I got my cool hologram sticker because I bought it this level.
The stretch goals. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we made these stretch goals, and, you know, we would talk every week or so. Corey's big on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And I am like the most introverted, awkward person.
You are so introverted.
Yes. And so he would FaceTime me and I'd be like, I don't have any makeup on. Cool. Hey, Corey, you know, like my glasses on, and I'm like, hey.
That's hilarious. But you did it. But you got through it.
We did. And we were like, we're going to do these stretch goals and we'll just see what happens. And our original campaign goal was the 12,000.
12,000, which that's a lot of money.
It's a ton of money. I mean,
were you so nervous? Were you scared?
Yes.
For real? Like you really didn't think you were going to make it?
Well, I think he was pretty confident that we would reach the goal.
Okay.
But we didn't anticipate that it would be in 8 hours.
8 hours?
8 hours. Day one, 8 hours, $12,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I feel like that's a viral. I feel like that's a thing. I feel like there's a name for that out in the internet. I don't know. Like I feel, okay, so, but what are you at now?
I think we got up to 62,000.
So
we reached all of our stretch goals. And that Monday before our campaign was over on Thursday, we talked and we're like, we probably won't reach the final stretch goal, but let's just try to reach out one more time. And boom, it just happened,
It happened.
Yeah.
You guys, that is so great.
Yeah.
I bought 20.
Yeah. Liv is always supporting me.
Listen.
So generously.
Oh no, because I'm a huge fan. Y'all, I am like such a fangirl of Providential Co. It's like unbelievable. I have every candle you've ever made, which I love that you got into art. It's true. I got to know this. If you don't know her work, you do. I love the pennants that you do. I now have more jean jackets, so I need some enamel pins because you've got some pins.
I got you covered.
You've got candles. I don't know. You were having a love-hate relationship the last time we talked about the candles because she was all Laura Ingalls back there, like dipping dye and making lye soap. Like you make your own soy candles.
I was making them myself. Yes.
Are you still doing that?
No.
Okay, because here's the one question, Tricia. This is the real reason why I asked you here. How in the world do you decide what a saint smells like?
That's a good question.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you do that? Because you get these great candles and then you're like, oh, this is fir with eucalyptus orange blossom. I made all that up. She probably has used none of that. So how do you do that?
I have actually. No, some of them are very obvious. I mean, Our Lady of Guadalupe, rose, duh.
I was like, what's in Mexico City?
Yeah.
I was like, taco trucks?
Nobody wants a taco truck scented candle.
I was like, chalupas? No, roses. This is why I don't own a Catholic company at all.
The Tilma.
I'm with you, friend. I'm with you. I see where we're going. Got it. Apparently, I'm not on your what is that called? Whenever you send things to people and they try it out and they give you back like feedback. Like I'm not on that panel. So I would have said taco truck, and you would have been like, so we're gonna let you go.
That's a cool idea, but
okay. So Our Lady of Guadalupe is easy.
Yeah.
Who else?
I found this really interesting fragrance blend from this company that has frankincense in it, but it's not just like straight frankincense. And I promise you, it smells like the incense at Mass.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And who does that pair with? That fragrance goes
I
with
use
what?
that for my victory votive, which is like my most popular candle of all time.
Really?
Yeah. It's got Christ on the front and then Mary and St. John on either side. So as you rotate it, it's screen printed.
Oh, cool.
And as you rotate it, you can see them, and it's just gold, one color.
I love that you went to gold with a lot of the things because it's just so, I don't know, regal.
It's so Catholic.
It's so Catholic.
Yeah.
Again, not on the panel for choosing the products. I was like, it reminds me of Meghan Markle and Princess Diana. And she's like, that's not at all what we were going for. We were going for the Vatican.
The Vatican.
Okay.
Or the ancient temple. I don't know. But yeah, some are more obscure. Like,
yeah. What's the weirdest, I don't know, most interesting combo fragrance?
Probably St. Jude. I had a St. Jude candle for a while, and I used some sort of blend that was kind of weird.
How did you decide how to
funky.
do that? Get the flame. I mean, like,
yeah, it's really hard
because smoky thing.
You want to be reverent, and you want to help people to kind of get in that headspace.
Yeah.
So it is tricky, but the company that I work with now that pours my candles for me is in Houston. You're in Houston?
Nice.
Yes.
Look at you supporting local
business. Yeah, Foxfire Candle Works.
Cool. So you don't have to do that anymore.
I don't. And they have worked with me. Actually, I'm very excited because they worked with a local chemist to make a duplicate prism fragrance that I got from an abbey in Minnesota. No, Massachusetts.
Sounds good.
Yeah, in Massachusetts. I don't know the map either.
I don't know. Geography night. It's what we're doing. This is everyone's
no
gonna go
trivia
home
on that.
I will
fail.
Are you kidding? They got a chemist to find the chrism of.
They made a duplicate.
This is intense.
It is very intense, but I've wanted to have a chrism candle forever because every Catholic. Pretty much.
Listen, that's why you get. I think that's why some people baptize
chrism.
their babies just so their baby smells like that.
They just smell their little head all day.
The bonus is eternal life, but also
right.
your baby smells amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's guys. This is not.
We are very pro-baptism for the right reasons.
Yes.
So,
We love
but I do
baptism.
love the smell. Chrism is absolutely amazing.
It is amazing. And this particular abbey in Massachusetts has their own proprietary blend, and it's got just some really interesting notes.
Jeez.
And so they took this and they made a candle friendly, because you can't just pour any oil into a candle
Yeah.
and like you might ignite your whole house. And then
Hadn't thought about that.
I don't want to be liable
that
for
seems
people's houses going up.
expensive.
Yes.
So, okay, before we close out-
Uncharitable at the least, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's true. You should be kind to people that buy your
Right.
products.
Yeah.
Before we end this segment, because I'm going to bring you back because I want to play. I'm not going to play a game with you. I want to do my first sketch comedy with you. What do you think about that?
I'm so excited.
Would you be a part of that? But here's the one thing, and I want it very quick because JW is going to yell at me, and we want to keep him happy. Cool and happy are the goals. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what was it that gave yourself permission to be extraordinary enough to let go of your social media and let go of this candle pouring yourself, letting someone else do it? What was it? What was the permission that you gave yourself to be extraordinary in that place for yourself?
I just had to trust God in telling me that I don't have to have my hands in every part. I can relinquish some of this and he will take care of everything. I'm leaning into that very heavily this season of just trusting more and more, handing it over to him, because he's going to lead it in the best way possible. So
I love it. That's a great way to end this segment. Tricia, I'm excited for you to come back. I might look different in this next part. So if you're not watching and you're listening, we're happy that you are listening, but you might want to tune in and watch this next part.
sure.
Otherwise, I'll be describing a lot of it to you, but you're listening and watching It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Hello and welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison, but I am your host because Liv had to step out for a second. My name is Patrice. Welcome to this segment of Catholic Shop Network, or CSN. It's Catholic Shop Network. I have a really special guest today, which I didn't book because the only thing I do is tell you things on the radio. And so I want to tell you about our guest. I hear that she's really smart and I hear that she's really talented, but she's not here right now. Her name is Tricia and she has a company, but Tricia's a little busy right now with Liv. We don't know where they are. We're the assistants. And so I have another special guest and she's just as smart and as talented. And her name is Misha. Hi, Misha.
Hi.
I'm Patrice. Are we shaking hands?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's happening.
Oh, I love your hair.
Thanks.
So Misha, I want to ask you about something. You make none of this.
No,
You're not talented in the least.
not at all.
Okay, but tell me about Tricia. Is she amazing?
I mean, she's okay.
How long have you worked for her?
Too long.
Too long, and she
I'm
pays
just kidding.
so well, I'm sure.
Oh,
because
yes.
Catholic artists, no one knows this, they make a lot of money. They make so much. That's why they're asking you to give at their Patron. No, wait, it's not called Patron. Patreon. And they're asking you to buy their products all the time. And they're making you do things because they make so much money. They are just rolling in the dough. So let's look at some of the high-end sellers for your friend Tricia,
Yes.
Misha. And let's look at some of the things that you brought today.
Okay.
Catholic Shop Network, everyone, is what you're watching. Here's what's so great. They make a promise that everything on this table gets you a ticket into heaven. It does. It comes with the little receipt. Is that not? I thought Liv told me that that's what these were for. Is that not? Why are people buying this? What is this for?
It's really just to enrich your life. It's not
That
really
sounds
gonna
boring.
Get you into
That
heaven.
sounds boring. Okay, we are going to make up a receipt, and you can take it with you when you die. And you can say, "I bought something from Providential Co." They can see your face, the ones watching it, so make it look smiley. Okay. So, Misha, Tell us about these really holy items that have been blessed by the Vatican. Pope Paul Francis XII of the 13th sector prayed over all of these things. And when you get it, you get a little piece of a saint inside. Is all that true?
There are no relics in our products.
I don't know what a relic is. So, but did Pope Francis XII touch these?
I don't think there is a Pope Francis
Oh,
XII.
okay. So none of these are holy?
No.
Okay, so I don't know why you want to buy these things, but we're going to show you them anyway because she came a long way to be here. I think she came all the way from El Paso. So we have, what are some things? These are note cards, so you could write a priest.
Yes.
And say, I'm thinking of you when I see birds poop, I think of you. That's what this says.
I mean, I wouldn't say that per se, but
What does this say? Oh, it's the Holy Spirit.
it is.
That's lovely. That's lovely. You could give this to anybody.
You could.
Yeah, this is a good confirmation gift.
Yes.
I never finished that program. Yes, I did. I'm kidding. It's fantastic. Okay, these are stickers that you could put on your arm, and you could. What are these for?
Probably not your arm, but your. I don't know why I talk like this from El Paso. It's so weird. I think
El Paso, New York. That's where you're from.
Yeah, that's right.
These are beautiful.
Thank you.
These are beautiful. I want to mail this to every great aunt I have with a doily.
For the doily.
I do.
Okay.
I do. What are these? Who are these people?
Those are the Holy Family Hearts. We have St. Joseph, Chaste Heart, yes.
I knew it.
These are premium vinyl.
My
They
mother
can go
bought me
on
that
your
one every
car.
summer. Okay, go ahead.
And the Immaculate Heart of Mary.
I love her.
Yes,
She looks so beautiful.
she is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And the Sacred Heart of Jesus.
These are so fantastic. You know what I see the kids doing with these days? They put them on the back of their laptops.
That's true.
You could get an iPad and you could put it on the back of that. So if people don't know what to do because they're not blessed by Pope 24th, they can do that
Yes.
with these items.
Yes.
I'm just helping sell these things. I'm helping on the Catholic Shop Network for how and why you want all of these things. These are buttons. I love buttons.
Yes.
These are great.
Those are enamel pins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. What's enamel? Like on your teeth? Like enamel on your teeth?
Different.
Why would you buy these?
So this is a great way to evangelize because you're wearing the pin and people see it and they're like, what does that mean? What is memento mori? Why is there a skull? Are you hardcore? Is this like you're a rocker or no? And you're like, no, remember your death. You're going to die.
I love that. Remember your death.
Yeah.
You're going to die.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
We all do. We don't
Because
escape.
I'm thinking about the death. What are these for?
So that is the blessing hand of Christ and the name above every name. So it's got the initials for the Greek.
You're so holy, Misha.
No.
These make me feel better about myself. Like I feel like I have a chance to get closer in my life. Is that the point?
That is the
Oh,
got
I'm
it.
feeling it.
you got it.
These are gorgeous.
you.
This is a candle. You want to put this on the back of your toilet. You want your guests to know Mary's mantle blesses you here. Is this where you envisioned to put the candle?
Probably not the bathroom.
No, that's not it?
No.
Okay, where else would you put a candle?
You know, your home altar, your prayer corner.
These are good
just
points.
Anywhere you're
These are good points.
praying and
Oh my gosh, that is lovely.
thank you.
I want this in my kitchen. I'm gonna make Liv buy me one of these.
You should.
Yeah, I should. I don't.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that one. Shockingly. All right, because I think Liv owns every product you've ever made because she loves them. But Patrice is just learning. Okay, what is this?
This is the chaste heart of Joseph. So
Oh, my
Saint Joseph.
goodness.
It's the year of Saint Joseph, so we have a special candle for him.
I love this. You could put this in your car. And we don't light things in cars, but it would smell really good.
Yeah.
And in Houston, you could just open it and it would melt.
That's true.
You don't even have to light it.
It's hotter than blazes.
It's how this is a special candle.
It is.
This is all special.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so these, I don't know what this is.
More note cards.
Oh, but they're not in a little package.
Right. You can buy them as a 6 set.
Oh
or
my
you can
goodness.
get them
You
individually.
could frame them and put them in your hallway. You could give them to your super. You could, when you like DoorDash something, you could say
Um,
thanks and hand it out.
You
Are
could.
these ideas that you have on your website?
Not the DoorDash one.
Okay,
that's genius.
I mean, it's a new one. It's a pandemic special.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but these are just note cards. Just what, tonight, like be nice and write people stuff?
Yep.
Do people still do that?
Some people.
Does it go through the email?
No.
Okay. I don't really know what to do with those, but I really do love
You
this
need
one.
stamps.
Like from the mail guy?
Yes.
I don't know how to do that either.
I-
This is adorable. It looks like Disney.
That's not what we were going for, but cool.
It looks like the Polynesian. Have you been there?
I haven't.
Okay, that's my dream vacation whenever I get engaged. I am married, and I'm gonna go stay at the Polynesian, and it looks like this. What is this called? What is this type of like art called? It has a name, doesn't it?
I would just call it modern, clean, fresh.
That's it. It's modern, clean, and fresh.
Modern, clean, fresh.
Just like your notes. Okay, last thing that you brought. What is this?
These are art prints.
Why do people buy those?
So you put them in your home and you're reminded of God's presence, his love for you, the presence of the saints, and
They're nice
all
little
things
reminders.
good. Yes.
So I should take down my pictures of the Kardashians and put up pictures of this.
definitely.
Is that what I should? Is this what you're
Yes.
telling me?
I am.
You're redoing my entire house.
You're welcome.
It's like HGTV, but this is Catholic Shop Network.
Catholic
so
Shop
where
Network.
do people get all of these beautiful items to transfer their homes from Britney Spears to Jesus and Mary? Where do we
Yes.
do that, Tricia? Because we all need to take down Britney. I mean, we love her. We're praying for her. You should pray for Britney.
sure.
But we should put these items up in a house.
Yes.
Okay, so where do people get all these incredible items?
Providential.co.
Co, what is the co for? Is that like for company?
It is. Company of very few. Small company. Very small.
It's just, I think I called you Tricia, but you're Misha.
Oh, I'm Misha. Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot. But it's just Tricia and Misha who do the everything, and they do all the things out of your house, Tricia's house,
Our in-house studio.
in-house studio.
Yes, it's very fancy.
in Houston, Texas.
Yes.
And you have new books and you have other items as well.
I do. We
Okay.
do.
I want to hear one deep secret about Tricia. No one is going to tell her that you're going to say anything. Tell us something about Tricia that no one knows, and it is deep, and it's fascinating, and it has to do with ice cream.
Tricia is obsessed with eating ice cream late at night in her bed while she watches
Is she watching It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison?
every time.
Oh, Misha, you've been fantastic. This has been Patrice and Misha, and we had the first Catholic Shop Network, you guys. I hope you buy all these holy, holy items that have been blessed by no one, and they don't guarantee you in eternal life, but you should have them in your house because they're beautiful and because you're supporting really not rich, famous Catholic artists.
That's right.
So we hope you learned something here today. Oh my goodness! Clap. It's our first sketch. I want to take off the wig. Do you want to take out? Do we keep it on?
I don't know.
Take it off.
I'm
Keep
afraid
it
of
on?
what's happening underneath.
I don't know either. I kind of want to see.
Okay.
You guys, how fantastic was Tricia, and also how much am I sweating? Those of
Why
you who
did I
can't
have
see,
a New Jersey accent?
because I
Sort
was
of.
trying, and I think I lost it halfway through. I can't wait for everyone on the audio to be like, that was the worst. And you know what? I hope it was the worst sketch, because that's
Yeah.
kind of the point of sketch comedy. We were
It
just
was
having a
so
good time.
bad,
It
it
was
was
so
good.
bad. It was so bad. Tricia, first of all, thanks for putting on a wig and hanging out with me today. Thank
Anytime.
you for coming and showing me your amazing goods. You guys, we do believe in all these things. I do believe that you should have beautiful things in your home. And no, they aren't holy, but you can get them blessed.
You can get them blessed.
You absolutely can.
You can't sell blessed items,
You can't sell blessed items.
but you can have them blessed.
But you
and
can
they
have them
will-
blessed in your
yeah.
home. And you can still have a picture of the Kardashian. I almost said Kardashians. I don't know why we would, but you can.
You can.
You do you.
That's right.
This has been way too much fun. You got to come back. We'll get better as we do more sketches and we have more of a set and we'll get more bits going.
Yeah.
So you'll have to come back and sell us more items, or I don't know. We'll have you do something else, maybe pies in the face, whatever you want to do. You know, we'll just say.
I am in.
Sign
Sign me
ice
up.
cream contest.
Ice cream eating contest.
Listen, I want to say thank you to everybody listening, everybody watching as we're getting the show off the ground, all my friends who are supporting this dream that I have that one day will be this really great, at which we are, late night show that everyone in Houston's going to want to come and fill up this studio and come watch and come be on it. You're all invited. But here's what I really want everybody to remember as we finish today. I want you all to remember to allow yourself, okay, to give yourself permission to be extraordinary. Until next time, this is It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. I'll see you soon.